Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another part of my Zodiac series. Basically, this is a series where I build tiny homes based on all of the Zodiac signs, and we're doing them in corresponding order to when they happen in real life. So today we are tackling the zodiac sign of Scorpio, which is the 8th astrological sign in the zodiac, falling between October 23rd and November 21st. Keep in mind, these are supposed to be sort of loose interpretations, and the things that I found through my research on every zodiac sign might not fit to you if you are this zodiac sign, because we're all different. I just thought this was a fun build idea, and y'all seem to be enjoying it, and I understand if it doesn't fit because I don't fit with my zodiac sign. It's just a fun way to get some inspiration for a build and come up with a character idea for your sim that might be living here. So Scorpio is apparently one of the most misunderstood signs in the zodiac, and they have an incredible passion and power and are often actually mistaken as a fire sign, even though they are a water sign. So I made sure to have water on this lot to represent that. I thought it was kind of cute. I was actually really unsure what style I wanted to go for in this build, because a lot of what I was reading was like dark academia and like more goth looks, and I also had a ton of comments from y'all that are either Scorpios or know people that are, that's saying please don't do it that way. So I tried to combine a few different ideas that I found from the comments as well as ones that I found online, and you'll see how it comes together. But basically it's pretty modern on the outside. It has some darker colors, but I don't think it really fits either of those styles of gothic or dark academia. I really went for like modern dark boho. That's kind of what I went with. I actually had a suggestion from one of y'all to do something with like more boho inspired items, also maybe kind of mixed with the idea of like an oddity collector and a lot of modern. Specifically, I did that because I had read that it is a stereotype or common thing with this zodiac. It's kind of hard to explain, but that Scorpios tend to be a little bit more protective and have like a shell up on their outside, and are a little bit more secretive until you get to know them. And also they appear a little bit more put together on the outside. And a lot of you that are Scorpios in my comments had said something about how maybe they're outside, they like to put up their best, so the outside of the house might be very clean and put together, and then the inside is a little bit cluttered and messy. And I liked that idea, and since there were a lot of you agreeing in the comments, I decided to go for that. So you'll see that represented here. And I also wanted to incorporate some of the colors that it said it was associated with, which are gray, black, and maroon. And I also saw some places say instead of maroon, it was more of a rusty color. So I used some like oranges and reds instead. And I think it came out really cute. And you can see I'm using some like boho inspired furniture on the outside. We have a little deck outside, and I had quite a lot of fun decorating this build. I feel like it worked perfectly for the month of October. Of course, that is when part of this zodiac sign falls, and I just really enjoyed this build. I'm having a blast with the zodiac series, so make sure you leave any suggestions for future ones. Our next one will be Sagittarius, which is my zodiac sign that I don't connect with at all, so it should be a fun one to go ahead and do. If you have any ideas for that one, do let me know, but that'll be the next one. I'm not sure exactly when I'll upload that one, because they normally upload it in the beginning of the month of when it starts, which would be November. But I'm a December Sagittarius, so I might wait until December, because it feels weird to think about that one in the month that I'm not born in, if that makes sense. Anyway, enough rambling about Sagittarius. Today is about Scorpio. And this is the kitchen. I really wanted to have a lot of dark woods, because that is what I was reading about. But I didn't want this space to feel like dark and creepy, really. I think it looks really pretty, and this sim is very into like research, and when I was reading about various careers, I decided to lean into the idea of a astrologist or somebody into archaeology. So this sim does have some like crystals and stuff around, as well as a telescope on their front porch, and a lot of like moon related items that are closely linked with the zodiac sign, but also with that career. There was a few different options, and I just thought it would be fun for the time of year to go ahead and go with that. But I didn't make it so this sim had to do that. Maybe it's just part of their interest. It's open to interpretation. It's open to how you might want to renovate this build if you do decide to download it. And if you do and you would like to grab it, it is available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it right now under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag MissGryphi, and that information is also in the description down below as well. So right here by the front door is where I decided to do the little bit of like oddity collector stuff. So I have the pieces of a cow plant skull and a little flower and stuff over here. Obviously, I recently did a oddity collector's apartment, which was so much fun. If you want to check that out, I can try to remember to link it down below, but also make sure to check out the Zodiac playlist if you haven't checked out the other 2 builds I've done so far. We have done Libra and Virgo so far, so the last 2. This is only the 3rd video, and I can't wait to do some more of them. But anyway, in the kitchen here, I decided to put these flowers down. I can't remember what they're called in real life. I think they're like geraniums maybe. And that's not what it says they are in the game, but they look very similar. And I decided to go with the blue swatch because it matched the flooring I had going on in here. And then I'm just cluttering up the counters with a bunch of stuff. This is all actually from the outdoor retreat pack. So we have like an open box of cereal and cans and pots and pans and ketchup and all sorts of stuff that's just kind of left out. I wanted it to look a little bit messy, but I don't think this house looks dirty by any means. I wasn't going for that. I just wanted it to be a little bit cluttered, and I relate. My home is very cluttered. I also collect so many things, so understandable, and I just think it makes the space look so much more lived in, and I quite enjoyed it. So anyway, moving on into the living room space here, I thought it would be fun to have a record player over here, and I ended up putting a crystal up top. This is one of the floating crystals from the Realm of Magic pack, and these curtains from Paranormal are so pretty. And of course, if I'm trying to incorporate crystals and moons, I have to put the mirror from the Werewolves game pack in here. It's just so pretty. It's got to be one of my favorite items from that pack. And I paired it with these love seats from base game. They just felt like they mixed the styles and the colors I was going for so perfectly. And I just put a little cabinet over here from Realm of Magic as well, because it has like some fun cluttered items in it and some of the more magical things that I was trying to incorporate in this build. Anyway, just getting some more clutter over by the coffee table. I cover it in like books. There's going to be books on the floor all around it. I tucked some under the sofa. We have boxes. I wanted it to look like the sim was actively like researching and reading some items. So I wanted to make sure that those were out and about. We have some books and stuff under the cabinet in the corner, and we have more stuff over here. I wanted it to look cluttered but not messy. I mentioned that before. Hopefully I achieved it. I really, really like how this build came out. It was a really fun one to do. And then over here, I decided to put a TV. It's a little bit of a weird layout, but I think it works, especially because I wanted this space to be a little bit odd like that. So I have that here, and then we're picking out a dresser or a book. I want to say a dresser and a bookcase, but it's a desk. We picked out a desk over here that has like a lot of drawers in it, and getting a typewriter over there, another stack of books. I just really wanted it to be very full of all of their books and stuff. I don't know if I actually added a proper bookcase in here other than the kitchen. I don't think I did. But we do have one in the kitchen, and I just had stacks of books everywhere else, and just trying to clutter it up as much as possible. I actually end up having another desk in the bedroom space, which just has a bunch of books on it. This one actually has the typewriter though, and just grabbing more clutter as I can and trying to incorporate a lot of candles because that was something that I had read. Let me see what else I have written down here for Scorpio. I wrote natural affinity with all things mysterious and hidden. Their sign is the one most closely related to woohoo, and they crave physical closeness. And I also, based on comments, wrote down creepy, bones, oddity collector, bohemian, reptiles and snakes, woohoo spots, candlelights, lots of stacks of books, and leather and dark wood, based on your suggestions. And I didn't do all of those things, but I did some of them. So I think our only woohoo spots are the bed and the shower. I didn't include a bunch more because the like woohoo bushes aren't very nice looking. I didn't really have space for other things, and I read that a lot of what is talked about Scorpio is their woohoo connection, and a lot of Scorpios don't like that that's talked about so much. It can be true for some people, but I didn't want to heavily focus on it, so I just had a little bit more of the red color incorporated into the bedroom. But it's a pretty normal bedroom. I think it looks really cute. I love the rug I used in here from Werewolves. I think it is so pretty. And I will actually be toning down some of the red in the rest of the room. I should be changing the color of the desk and of the curtains. So the main red is actually just in the rug, which I think is really pretty, just a little nod. And I'm sure there's a lot that I didn't talk about, like the colors. I mentioned the colors associated with Scorpio are maroon, black, and silver. They're associated with death and renewal, which is where the oddity collector stuff came in, and like more of the like scary or Halloween vibes I try to include in here. So that is what I got out of this. Hopefully I mixed the various interpretations together okay. I apologize if this is not how you see Scorpio. I'm just one person looking through all of what I can find online and trying to make a house based on the information I find. It's basically just a house for one Scorpio sim, so it might not fit yours, but I hope you enjoyed this nonetheless. I'm having a lot of fun with this series, and make sure you leave some suggestions down below for my sign that we'll be doing next month, or the month after, which is Sagittarius. And check out the other videos in the playlist if you're interested in checking out more of these Zodiac builds. And I will see you all in the next one. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you so very much for watching. Enjoy those screenshots, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.